What is up, guys? My name's Jackal, and we only do retro games around here. And it is boss time. First boss of the game. Let's go. Alright, I fought those guys before I saved my game, so I'm not fighting them again. Extra experience is not going to be cool. Alright, Queen. Out of here. Ooh, let's turn this up a little bit. I forgot. Volume in this game is super low. This song's fucking banging, though. This game is almost worth playing simply as a musical journey. First boss. Let's go. Alright. I forget what this guy's gimmick is. So we're just going to attack heavy. So how's everyone doing today? Hope everyone's doing good. Yeah, I think this guy counterattacks or he does something. Oh, he has to be close enough. Alright, slightly painful. Do not enjoy. But probably to them, he's going to counterattack because the ones attacking him are farther away. Nope, never mind. Ow. Alright, get Luke on this. Keep hitting him with the flame whirl until he's dead. Excellent. Alright, we're going to go easy on him and just do a little bit of straight attacks. Give him more of a fighting chance. Ooh, that is... A lot of these grumbling noises are not sounding the way that they're supposed to. Which I think is more a product of this emulator than anything else. The old one I was using didn't do that, but for some reason, it just was not... It's not working. I don't know why. Alright, cut this guy down to size. Done. Easy. First boss fight, nice and easy. Easy peasy. In less than 5 minutes. Less than 4 minutes. Get that heroic music playing. Thank you, Frog. The king awaits. Let us return to the castle. I'm not using your old English. Get out of here. The queen doesn't even use it. A mid-ether. Ooh. Hey, the actual counselor. Hey, what up, dawg? Let's return to the castle. Alright, now there's going to be a song coming up that we are going to all be very, very quiet for. Because that's what you're supposed to do. That no-good Yakra impersonating me and kidnapping the queen. We must create a criminal justice system in this kingdom to do away with such fiends. Yeah. 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 Alright, right here. God damn, that's such a magnificent song. This song really does personify Frog's character. And the more you see about him, the more it'll become true. "'Twas a fault of mine which endangered the queen. I shall depart for good." You know, I wonder what the age difference between Frog/Glenn and Chrono is. Because Chrono seems like he's a teenager. But from what I know of Frog's character, he seems like he might be not like a bunch older, but a tad. And there she is. You didn't appear with that dress you had on earlier. That's weird. It was somewhere cold, dark, and lonely. Is that what it's like to die? Probably not. If I'm gonna use I don't remember who was the first one to say this, but I have heard death described as the universe itself is billions of years old. What were those billions of years like before you were born? Well, I don't remember them. Well, and it probably wasn't that bad. You have to imagine that the same thing that it was like before you were born is probably what it's going to be like after you die. Now, obviously, the part that nobody wants to do is the dying part. That's the part that seems like it sucks. Princess Nadia. Marley been found out. And see, this is Marley's song, which I think is much less fitting of her character. I guess it's more fitting of, like, moments she has, but not so much fitting of her character, I guess, if you know what I mean. I ain't that way. All right. So I think we're done talking to people for a little bit. I got a bone to pick with the internet a little bit. So I know it's months late, but just because I was getting ready for my daughter's birth at the time and a whole bunch of other shit, I had never gotten around to watching The Eternals. I've heard about what a lot of, like, people on the internet have said. I know the whole, like, right-wing go woke, go broke thing. Like, they all freaked out about it incessantly. So, I finally got around to seeing it. And that movie was... It was basic... I felt like the whole... And I should have expected the same. I should not have expected different. It felt like the same thing like that happened when Captain Marvel came out. When Captain Marvel came out, all I heard was that it was a cringy movie. It was fucking awful. The character was bad. Everything about it was awful. And it was like 2 lines of like cringy dialogue in the way that like the anti-feminists on like YouTube and shit. It was like 2 lines of dialogue, and then the rest of it was like milk toast. Like vanilla. Just nothing impressive, nothing bad, but just super run-of-the-mill. Eternals was that, but slightly better. Like, I thought it was better than fucking Captain Marvel was. I don't even think that's, like, controversial shit. At all. But, like, it was one of those movies that I had to, like, see all of the thumbnails of all the stupid people. Just like, you know, look at this movie. This is what happens when you go woke, you go... Like, nothing in the movie was even, like, woke. Except for the cast of characters. Which... Like, I don't know. I thought it, like... The characters, the way they looked, I thought it didn't matter. I thought what mattered was, like, the characters. And, like, honestly, I sympathized with a good majority of the characters. Like, the two characters that have the traditional good view, those two women, you know, spoilers for anybody who hasn't seen it, however that happens, fucking, the main two women who are, like, have, like, the good perspective, we'll call it. The perspective that the movie wants you to hold in this story. They basically take the stance of wanting to protect Earth through the events in the story because they've basically been charged of monitoring humanity since, like, the dawn of civilization. And it's made to assume that these guys were part of the reason that humanity got to where it was. Through their influence. So, the two that have, like, the, quote, good perspective, you sympathize with them because, like, you imagine being in charge of watching over, you know, a civilization in a species for thousands of years. Like, you're not going to want them just, like, trash for no reason. Like, that's your home. Like, you have caretaken over these creatures forever. Like, why would you let something do that? So, like, it's not going to happen. Then you have, like, the character who's, like, the Judas. You have the traitor of the group. You kind of empathize with him because, like, when you see him, like, his moment of betrayal, you see him give out, like, a real loud, like, scream of anguish that, like, you can tell that, like, the character's decision narratively was meant to affect him. Like, it wasn't just like, oh yeah, I betrayed this group. Like, it killed him to do what he did. But, like, I guess to put it one way, his faith was so great that he felt it was something he had to do. Then, like, the one character that looks like a child. Like, I always saw a lot of memes about her being, like, always, like, the memes always just making her look like she was just, like, the shittiest character in the world. And then I watched the movie, and, like, I instantly felt sympathy for this fucking character. Like, right away. Because, like, she looks like a child. So you have to imagine being thousands of years old. Like, the first thing you see is her going on a date with somebody, but having to hologram herself because she looks like a child. But for all intents and purposes, she's an adult. But the way that societies work, like, that makes things weird. So, like, she can't really live, like, a full adult life the way that everybody else can. So, you know, it's pretty fucked up. But, like, you know, I saw memes of this character. I don't even remember her name. Names I was really bad with, but I was one big cast of new characters, you know, bad kind of planning for names. But also I was stoned, like, a lot. So, you know. Is what it is. But no, like, I really did feel like, because I had thought about that too, like, seeing her right at the beginning going on a date, like, damn, if she's like a child and is thousands of years old, like, looks like a child, that means, like, she can't really have relationships with anyone. And, like, that clearly affects this character through the movie, to where, like, she ends up, like, betraying the main cast at the end to side with the other traitor. Because she loved him, but, like, even the group treated her kind of like a kid. Like, all the butt of their jokes. Like, it was a lot. So, like, I can imagine after thousands of years, like, that affecting you and affecting the decisions that you make within the context of the movie. And then the guy, I forget, he's like an Indian comedian. His character, like, he didn't fight the final battle because he disagreed with the cause. But, like, I like that they made him, like, not fight for the cause, but also made him, like, at a certain point, he was like, listen, I don't agree with this. I'm not going to throw hands against my family. It's not going to happen. I'm sorry, but I'm going to peace out. And it's like, you know what? That was a nice way for him to handle it. Like, for him to not side with the bad guy. Primarily one. But he didn't side with him because he wasn't willing to fight the group. But he also didn't agree. And he was like, listen, I'm going to bow out. Like, that's just, it is what it is. And I actually thought that was really cool. I thought that was a really, really cool way to handle that shit. I'm interested to see the Galactus shit and to see how that's going to affect everything. I know what this pendant shit. Fuck off. Alright, I probably should have done this before. Lays down at the pier again. That Fritz, where could he be? An iron bow. Let me see what's at the other one. Because I don't know which one's at what. But yeah, no, like, I can't think of what's really woke about that movie other than the cast. Like, what? Because there was a scene of fucking, like, two dudes kissing? And they were black? Like, bro, get the fuck out of here. Like, there was, like, what would have been considered woke was the most, like, milkiest toast of milk toast with regards to, like, content. Alright, no. Yes. Oh, I guess I had to do that one too. A karate gi that we already have. No. I don't really care about her. I don't really care about Marley's. I already have 6,000. I'm not concerned about money. Let me see if there's any more equipment that I'm going to want. It's not really going to be relevant like for Marley now, but it will be in like a couple episodes. But actually, the guy who was like the gay black guy in the main cast, shit, that guy was definitely my main character. Like, as far as like who I like the most. Just, I mean, like, his struggle I identified with the most. Because he's, you know, he was a character that was the scientist. And through his, like, I don't know if it was directly or indirectly. I don't know if he, like, had a hand directly. Or it was just from, you see them meddling, kind of, at the beginning of the movie. It's not really made clear. I assume he was involved with it because of his manner of dress. He looked like a fucking 1940s... you know, geek. But it seemed like he had some sort of hand in the atom bomb. And you see him at where the bomb in Hiroshima was dropped, and he's like sobbing his eyes out. saying that humanity's not worth saving because he sees the technology being used for evil. But then it flashes forward to present day, and he's got a husband, and they have a kid together, and you see him, like, really trying to be, like, the more peaceful, like, leading the peaceful route. Wait. I thought I bought the maiden suit. Oh, I probably bought and then sold it and didn't equip it like an idiot. Alright. Everything that can be equipped is equipped. All the best shit. All the best shit. I could buy the iron sword now from Melchior, but nah. Ooh, let's talk to Mima. Kitty! You can introduce all of your friends to your mom. I guess that line of dialogue would have been more appropriate before I went back in time, with the mom not knowing who she is. Just talking about robots randomly. Some kind of definite signs of mid-90s video game foreshadowing. Yeah, you know what? Clear the forest out. Why not? Party with Marley for a little bit. Before she's got to go bye-bye for a little while. But no, and then, you know, as the main thing comes about and, like, there's a debate between, you know, who's going to pick sides. You know, they treat the whatever the Celestial, whatever Galactus, I think he's called a Celestial, like Galactus, what was his name? Arsham. It basically comes down to almost like faith. And, you know, the main bad guy's like, I have faith in our creator, basically, to do what he, you know, he's commanding us to do, which is let the world end. And, you know, his instant response was like, listen, I live for my family. I don't give a fuck about any of that. Obviously, he didn't say it in those words, but, like, that was definitely the message he was evoking. It was very clearly not having none of that. Because that would have been my response. Now, for different reasons, obviously, you know, for him it was, you know, his, I don't know if they were married, I don't know if it was his boyfriend or his husband, but his partner and his kid, he like fully admitted, you know, I see the goodness in humanity every day through them. So, like, he's not giving that up. And I mean, obviously, being a parent, like, I super felt strong with that. And then Angelina Jolie's character, just, like, basically having a fractured mind for so much of the time. You just felt bad for her, just watching her just fucking fragment. Knowing that she could be fixed, but then that all of her memories would be gone. And she didn't want to forget her memories. Which is fucking awful. It's an awful fucking choice to make. But yeah. All right, well, we're actually going to stop right here. Nothing really eventful happened in this episode other than the boss fight at the beginning. Save. Actually, let's see if we can... Okay, so I can delete these. All right, I'll do that. I'll do that on my own time. But cool. But yeah, no, being a parent, I like super identified with like his whole thing. So yeah, Angelina. Oh yeah, I was talking about Angelina Jolie. Yeah, her having to like basically choose between giving up her memories or like being well, like lose yourself or stay sick. Like that's a horrible fucking choice to make. That's awful. And then she had like kind of a partner in the group who loved her, but like clearly his relationship with her was going to be much different. Like it was going to be less romantic and much more of a caretaker of someone who seemed like he did have romantic interest in at one point. But you know, like a real couple, like sometimes a partner's mind fades and you're the one who's there for him. And you know, that's some shit. That's some, like, that's the thing. Now, I will not defend about this movie, about how bad the fight choreography was, with, like, a lot of, like, just nothing looked like it was making impact with anything. Like, none of the punches looked like they were hitting something. Like, it looked goofy as fuck. And also, I'm not going to defend how bad, like, some of the CGI and environments looked, like, very clearly, like, in front of a screen. Now, I don't know how much of this movie's, like, taping was done with, like, COVID, especially, so it might have looked extra fake than a Marvel movie normally looks because of how filming had to be done. I don't know. I'm going to slight benefit of the doubt. Slightly, but honestly, other than its actual presentation, I thought the plot of the movie and the characters, there's a couple minor characters that were, you know, decent. One guy, though, that I am going to end off on, he's like a dude who can, like, wipe people's memories. And he's kind of a chode the entire movie. And I could never really get a beat on him. Like, whether he was cool or not. And he just ends up being okay, but he has a moment where, you know, he's one of the first ones to leave the group of the Eternals, if you haven't seen it, because he was just tired of watching, like, genocide after genocide. And I think it was in South America somewhere. He got sick of watching it, and he basically started his own village, and it was like almost like a cult village, like peaceful but kind of culty. It was like a little like off the grid farmstead, which on its own would be kind of cool, but because he can mind wipe people, really weird. But when like it's revealed that they've kind of been the Eternals have kind of been the bad guys, when that's kind of revealed, this guy who like wipes people's memories and keeps them like ignorant, and I mean ignorance is bliss, ignorant and closed off but happy and safe, basically forming a false reality around these people through his influence. He like is looking at his group, he's like, man, that's a lot to lay on me. It's like I've been living my whole life as a lie. Bro, that shit took the fucking wind out of me. Like, I had to pause it and laugh at the absurdity of this character specifically saying that. I almost said specifically, like my girl does. Oh. But yeah, no, I thought the movie was fine. I didn't think any of the messaging, like, when I think of, like, something being too woke, like, that's not what I'm thinking of. Like, that was just the cast being diverse. Like, there was really nothing else about it. Like, I don't know. I shouldn't have expected anything different from hearing all the complaints online. But I kind of did, and that's what I get. I'm not saying the movie was, like, upper tier even for the MCU. But, like, fuck, man, can we stop calling, like, seeing a movie that's, like, in this case, like, with Captain Marvel, it was, like, a C-, maybe a C, We'll say a C. But people see a movie that's a C, and they're like, duh, it's trash, it's garbage, it's the worst thing ever. And it's like, bro, it's a fucking C. Like, chill. This one is, like, a high C+. Like, relax about it. Relax. Hey. Yeah, you all saw the design. But, yeah, I'm just tired of people pretending that, like, milk toast shit is a travesty. Like, relax. But that's it for today. Next time, the next part. Peace out.